I was at Walmart last night. I just bumped into the bucked up like energy drink. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I got it. I was expecting it to be really good because usually this flavor, I don't know, it's like the red, white, and blue one. It's really good usually with bucked up, but I guess I like overestimated it because it's not that good. Like it's pretty good, but like energy drinks are usually better, but this is probably a better formula. This is a better pre-workout formula, so I'm still hoping I get a good pump with it and a good workout. But yeah, I've been getting pretty pissed off because I can't get a pump for the life of me recently. And I think it's partially because I don't use real pre-workout. I just use like energy drinks, so I don't use pump ingredients, but yeah. All right, that workout was not that great. That workout was kind of mid. It started off really good. I felt my shoulders good. I felt my arms good. And then the gym just got insanely packed for no reason. I guess it is like 5 or 6, but the gym got super packed to the point where I couldn't get a machine I even wanted. So I ended up only doing shoulders and biceps. I didn't do any triceps. I did like 2 sets and then I stopped because it was so busy. Nothing was open. So you can see it even at the end right there. I couldn't even get a bench. So I had to sit on like a box. So kind of a bad workout at the end, but a good workout in the beginning. Got a decent pump, but that was before I even took the pump cover off. By the time I took it off, my pump was basically gone. So that's fun. But yeah, shoulders and biceps, not terrible. While I'm out here in my car recording, something else I wanted to talk about in this video is why your arms won't grow. The first tip is train your triceps and focus on growing those more than focus on growing your biceps. If you want big arms, you gotta remember that your triceps take up 2/3 of your upper arm. So people, when they get into the gym, they think they need big biceps in order to get a big arm. That's not really the case. If you get big biceps, you have a big 1/3 of your arm, but your triceps are the other 2/3 of the arm. If you leave them behind, that's 2/3 of your arm that you could be growing and you're not. Me, on the other hand, I just have really good bicep genetics, so my biceps just grew more than my triceps. I never neglected my triceps. I've hit my triceps so hard for so many years now, and they're just a weak point. They still look decent, but they're definitely a weak point of mine. That leads into my second tip. For growing your triceps, this is how I turned my entire growth of my triceps around. Target the long head of your tricep. The long head is the horseshoe part of your tricep. It's the biggest part of your tricep, and it makes that horseshoe effect when you flex. If you focus on growing your long head, you're then targeting the biggest part of your tricep, which is gonna make your tricep grow the most, which is the biggest part of your arm, which is gonna make your arm look the biggest. So to work your long head, you're gonna wanna do any tricep movement basically where your shoulder or where your elbow is like above your head. So like skull crushers are really good, over the head dumbbell extensions are really good. My personal favorite for long head currently is when you face away from a cable, you grab it with a rope or a bar or anything, and you hold out your arm and you extend that way. So it's like a dumbbell overhead extension or a skull crusher hybrid kind of thing with a cable, and you're just bent over doing that, squeezing really hard. Be sure you get the full stretch. So you go out, squeeze really hard. When you come back in, you get the full stretch in your tricep. That way you get the most blood flow into the area. You get a crazy pump, and you're just gonna tear your muscle apart. It's gonna recover and be bigger than before. The third tip is stop going so heavy. I see so many people doing bicep curls who are swinging around 50 pounds and just like lunging them up and stuff. Don't do that. It's not gonna help you at all. Stick to light weights. I always say, people disagree with me, I always say there's no need to go over 30-pound dumbbells when you're doing curls. Other workouts you can go heavier on where it's more stable, but if you're doing a free weight lift like dumbbell curls with 30 pounds, I guarantee that's too much weight for a lot of people watching this. With 30 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever, you can do a perfect bicep curl, squeeze it as hard as you can at the top, do a slow negative all the way at the bottom, get the full stretch to get as much blood flow as you can there, and you'll get a crazy pump. They'll grow the most this way. Focus on just getting a really tight squeeze and contraction and then doing slow negatives. I promise you, you're gonna notice a big difference in your arm growth, your bicep growth if you do this. Same thing goes for triceps too. And yeah, you do wanna do a little bit of heavy stuff here and there mixed in, but specifically for bicep dumbbell curls, for dumbbell bicep curls, this is a free weight movement that I see so many people mess up so often. Just stick to light weights and squeeze it as hard as you can. And this doesn't mean doing a ton of reps either. You don't need to do a ton of reps. A ton of reps isn't always good. You can still do a little amount of reps and just squeeze it as hard as you can and train till failure. You have to train till failure. You can make 10-pound dumbbells feel like 50 if you're squeezing as hard as you possibly can. So just take that into consideration. Train till failure, and training till failure doesn't always mean you have to go heavy. You can train till failure with a lightweight too, with the same amount of reps if you just squeeze it harder. I promise you. A lot of people don't think that's true. That's the truth. Another tip I have is train your forearms. I didn't, and my forearms are a big weak point of mine now. I wish I trained them harder, and I wish I trained them a lot when I was bulking, because now when I wear a t-shirt, I have high tricep and bicep insertions. So when I wear an oversized t-shirt, it's really just relying on what my forearms look like, on whether they look like I lift or not, my forearm and neck. And my forearms and neck are naturally pretty skinny because I grew up really skinny. So be sure you train those while you're bulking to get them nice and big so people can tell you lift when you're wearing a sweatshirt or when you're wearing a t-shirt. One thing I see a lot of people making the mistake of is hitting arms every single day or only once a week. I think you should hit your arms, biceps, and triceps twice per week. That doesn't mean an arm day twice per week. That just means incorporate at the end of like a chest day, do triceps, a few sets of triceps. Same thing at the end of a back day, do a few sets of biceps. And you just want each muscle group worked twice per week. That's what I say. And then lastly, what I would suggest, you don't have to try this. This is kind of an unpopular opinion, but I've heard people talk about it before. I did it, it worked for me. Try the split where you do, instead of push-pull legs, do chest and biceps, back and triceps legs. That way, on your chest day, you're working your triceps indirectly just from doing your push workouts, and you're working biceps directly at the end. You get a really good pump, and then it rushes some blood flow into both those areas, but works your biceps good. And then the next day, you do back, where you're indirectly working your biceps, and then directly working your triceps after that. This way, on back day, you're indirectly working your biceps, which is gonna move some blood flow to your biceps to recover them faster from the day before, and then you're directly working your triceps at the end, which were indirectly worked the day before. So this way, they're gonna grow a lot faster without necessarily hitting them more, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. Look up another video of someone talking about that split. It makes a lot of sense. And the final tip is eat your food. You gotta bulk, you gotta be in a calorie surplus. So Google calorie maintenance calculator on Google. It takes like 5 seconds to fill out. It'll give you how many calories you need to be eating every single day to maintain the same weight that you are right now. You wanna add, I'd say like, you wanna add 10 to 20% of those calories on top of it for a bulk. And this way, when you're in a calorie surplus like this, you're gonna be putting on weight, but that's the only way you're really gonna be able to gain a lot of muscle. So eating a calorie surplus, that's important for growing every single muscle group, including your arms. So bulking is to gain muscle, and cutting is just to show off the muscle that you gained. So hope this helped.